Back to school is the focus for so many of you watching right now, but for the first time in 28 years, one area school will not be welcoming back students. The Ideal School in Royal Palm Beach has closed. COVID is to blame, but instead of feeling defeated, the mom and teacher who dreamed this school into reality says she's filled with gratitude. This is how Wendy Soderman will remember her school.
When the laughter's inside and the faces, the curiosity, and the professionals who share your vision, that's the magic.
Ideal started as a preschool in Wellington in 1993. Through the years, the school grew to include kindergarten through 8th grade.
We had a rhythm, a lovely rhythm.
COVID interrupted that rhythm. A hybrid of virtual and in-person learning helped the students and teachers through the last school year, but enrollment was dropping.
A lot of my clients, a lot of my families are restaurant owners or just people making ends meet and giving up something so their child could attend a private school. People that work the cruise lines, services that were hurting too. And so when something had to go, often it was the schooling.
Tours of the vibrant school were also off limits, which made it next to impossible to recruit new teachers and students.
There's not a lot of buffer. I'm not a billionaire. I don't have a big church behind me. I don't have a system behind me. This was a couple with a dream, a vision, and we shared it with professionals and families. And it was a very simple plan. And we hit a bump that wiped it out.
After nearly 3 decades, the school that Wendy and her husband Chris built and cherished had to close, and the buildings sold.
I know and I teach my children and families that adversity is your greatest gift. It's going to show you what you're made out of. So this really made me have to look deep and get quiet. And what I've come up with is that the magic that's created in here, the hugging, the passion, the culture, perhaps it was contained and it needs to be shared.
She put out a challenge to her team, her teachers, who were moving on to other schools.
Let's make sure every child shakes hands, looks people in the eye, smiles. Let's make sure every child loves learning. Let's make sure every child takes risks to make their dream come true. So we've all decided that that's what we're going to do now. We're all taking a piece of this magic that we believed in and we believe in, and we're going to go spread it. So every school's gaining because the teachers that have worked here for years and years, the children that attended here, are now being sprinkled like seeds.
In typical fashion, they celebrated the final days of Ideal, Soderman style. Laughter, fun, memories. A celebration of all the lives touched and changed.
Gratefully, it will become an early childhood education campus. And so it started as a preschool, and now it will be a training ground for early childhood education teachers. People will learn to become wonderful teachers. Children will still come here to have a wonderful schooling experience. And all is good. All is good. Full circle.
And it's not just students who have stories about the impact that Ideal left behind. Head over to WPTV.com to see more on a well-known singer-songwriter who is part of this school's history.
Thank you for that story, Kelly.